Okay, track kids, we are done with the last lesson, and you all, we are done with the last lesson that we will do. Chapter 9 was it. Okay, so I usually take 2 to 3 weeks at the end of the year when we are done with everything, and I go back through and like recover just like bits and pieces of things that I want to make sure you know 100% before next year, because this is going to be super important and you're going to use this again next year. Okay, so I'm hitting the stuff that's of high importance. This stuff is going to be probably easy to use. Some of these sections might be easier, some of them will be a little bit harder. This is linear functions, so we're going back through and it's just kind of a good review, like, oh, how do I do that? Yep. So next you'll take geometry probably. Okay, all right, so we're going to do a couple, like one each part together. But 1 through 6 have the same instructions on linear functions. So it says, write an equation in, circle this word, slope-intercept form. All of these are going to be in slope-intercept form. What is that? What is slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. Okay, let's talk about what m and b are. What does m stand for? The slope, and b is the
y-axis.
Y-intercept, therefore slope-intercept form. Whoever came up with that was really super smart, because like it's in the name, right? Slope-intercept form. So when we have slope-intercept form, the y is solved for. So like number 1 is the y solved for. Number 2 is the y solved for. Number 3 is the y solved for. No. So let's do number 3 together. Let's get the y by itself. What will you move first when you're getting the y by itself? What? Minus the x over. Okay, great. Let's minus the x. So I have 2y equals what?
Negative 4 plus x. Negative x plus 4.
Negative x plus 4. I like to put the x first. So negative x plus 4. Okay, then what? Divide by 2. And I divide everything by 2, right? Everything. So y equals, what's negative x over 2? Negative 1/2 x. That's another way of writing it. I like to write it with numbers, okay? And then 4 over 2 is plus 2. Okay, then I need to graph that. So where do you start to graph it?
2.
Start at 2, and 2 is like the y-axis is 2. And then from that dot, the slope tells me where I go, right?
1 down.
1 down over 2. Now, which way?
Right.
To the right 2. Okay, check. If I draw a line through that, will I be going uphill or downhill? Downhill. And I want to go downhill because it's negative, right? Okay, so down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. You can make as many dots as you need, whatever, to make a straight line. I don't care.
Do we have to do the other side?
As many dots as you need to make a straight line. I don't care. Okay, so that is graphed. Okay, so on 4, 5, 6, you will have to solve those for y also, right? None of those are solved for, so you'll have to do the little switcheroo, divide by stuff, add, subtract stuff over, whatever, to divide and graph, okay? Shall we move on to the next section? I just want to do like one each section, and then you guys can work, okay? So, number 7, 8, 9 says also write in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Pick one. 7, 8, 9. Which one would you like?
9. We'll do 9.
9? Sure? Okay, so we want eventually y equals mx plus b. They give me that the slope is negative 1/2. What does that do for me? Slope equals negative 1/2. What does that do for me?
M.
That's m, right? That just goes in there. So y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. Now what do I need to find? B, and how do you do it? Plug in negative 2, negative 4, right? Be careful because negative 4 is the y and negative 2 is the x. So negative 4 equals negative 1/2 times negative 2 plus b. And we solve. Okay, now we got to take negative 1/2 times negative 2. What is that?
1.
Positive 1, okay? And I want to solve for b, which means I got to get that 1 to the other side. So subtract the 1, so b is negative 5. Yep. And I had a lot of people do that, and then they move on to the next one. But you're not done yet. We want to write it in slope-intercept form. So y equals. Where did you get the 1 at? 1/2 times 2. Yep. And then you subtract that 1 over, right? So y equals negative 1/2 x minus 5. There's your m and your b in there. Am I going too fast?
No.
I know you've had all this already. This is just really, really good review. Okay? Good? How do you do number 4?
Like, can you just solve it?
What do you mean?
11's not that hard.
Like getting the...
What do you do when it's a negative 1?
Good question. Okay, so you can move this 2x to the other side, but this 6 period, they were adding the y over, right? So they have 2x equals y plus 6, and then they would subtract the 6, right? So what would that look like? Y equals 2x minus 6, right? Or you can flip-flop y equals 2x minus 6, if you like to write it like that. So they added the y over and subtracted the 6 rather than whatever. That's 4. That's what 4 looks like. Okay, now you have to graph it. Okay, but when the y is negative, that's an option for you that you can do. Okay, all right, good. Happy with that?
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the back side. Are we ready? Can I go to the back?
Sure.
All right, backside. Here we go. 10, 11, 12. We're still writing the slope-intercept form. What's slope-intercept form?
Y equals mx.
Y equals mx plus b. So we have to find the m and we have to find the b, except they don't give me m. How do I find m?
The 2y.
I have 2 points.
M equals
X1
y,
minus X2 over Y1 minus Y2 or something.
y2 minus
Y2
The
y.
y's go on the top. Why does the y's go on the top?
Rise over run.
Rise over run. The y's are the rises. The x's are the runs. So y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay? Do you have a preference? Which one we do together?
11.
11? Sure.
Seems easy.
11 is, yeah, sure. I mean,
I don't know. I was just saying a number.
sure. 11? 10? 10?
I'll do 10.
Okay, let's do 10. What's y2?
2.
2 minus
5.
5 over
Negative 6 minus 3.
-6 minus 3. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember doing this.
Yeah? All right, am I going too fast? 2 minus 5 is -3. What's -6 minus 3? -9. Now, the negatives are going to
Negative 1/3.
cancel. Nope, the negatives cancel, so it's
That's 1/3.
positive 1/3. Okay, now what do I do?
Y equals 1/3 X
Plus
plus B.
b. How do I find the b?
Plug in
Which one do you plug in?
5 to X and 3 to R.
Does it matter?
No.
No, but which one's the easiest one to plug in? Probably
5.
3, 5. The positives. I always like positives. So I'm going to plug 5 in here.
5 equals
And 3 for x. What's a third of 3?
1/6.
This is 1.
Minus 1.
So let's subtract the 1. So b is 4. Am I going too fast? If I'm going too fast on the video, please pause. Y equals
1/3.
1/3 x plus 4. There you go. There you have it. Okay? Are we doing okay?
Will not understand this in 5 seconds.
You what?
So who in that video will not understand this in 5 seconds?
I don't know.
Videos.
I don't know. Well, you got, I mean, you also got Carter watching this, and you know, Carter's a little slow. I hope he's watching this. I'm just kidding, Carter. But anyway,
I
okay.
don't know why, but I looked up there and it says Ellie. I thought it said T-Y.
Ellie, Carter, Tate, Billy.
I thought it said
I don't know,
T-Y.
Tate's a little slow too. Just kidding, Tate. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. There you go. That's 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah? Now we move on to the last like 2 sections which talk about parallel versus perpendicular. We're still writing slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So we have to find m and we have to find b.
16.
Sure. 15 and 16?
No.
15 is going to be hard because, take a look at the equation. X minus y equals 4. Ew. Let's make that y by itself, right? How do you get that y by itself? Or how do you get... You want to... I mean, you can subtract the x, or let's add the y over, right? So x equals y plus 4. How about that? Okay, now what? Subtract 4, minus 4. So, what do we got? X minus 4 equals y, or y equals x minus 4, yeah?
Wait, what?
So that's writing in better. Okay, now, that's only the original part. Here's the deal. We want a parallel line to that, okay? What's the slope of this line right here? What? 1. There's 1 on the front of the x. So this guy has a slope of 1. And if I want a line that's parallel to that, it has to have the
1. Same slope.
same slope. Okay, so parallel means same slope. Okay, so I know that my m needs to be 1. So I start with y equals
1.
1x plus what? B, right? I don't use the minus 4. We cross them off, right? How do I find my new B?
You plug in -3 and -1.
Plug in -3, -1. So -1 equals 1 times -3 plus B. Okay? 1 times -3 is -3. Then what? Add the 3 over. -1 plus 3 is 2. So y equals 1x or just x. Y equals x plus 2. That's for parallel. The same slope you use. Same slope. Isaac Mack, and I'm giving you answers right now.
Hi, thanks, Miss
I am
Combs.
literally giving you answers.
I'm not paying attention to a huge hangnail.
Okay, I don't care.
It burns.
That's great. Get tougher.
Yeah.
Okay.
It burns.
We don't care. We don't care.
Can we do
number
18?
16 is hard.
Let's do.
Let's not do it.
Let's not do 18 because I want you to think about 18. 17, 16, 16, 17.
16 and 17.
No. Which one?
16 and 17.
17. I've got more votes for 17. All right, let's do 17.
It's 16.
What happens when it's perpendicular?
It's straight.
The slope is the negative reciprocal. Okay, so what's the slope of this line right here? What's the slope of this line?
1/3.
-1/3. M is -1/3. So I want the negative reciprocal of that if I'm going to do perpendicular. So what's my new slope have to be?
3.
Positive 3, right? So M is 3 because I flip the 1/3 to be 3 and then I make it negative or undo the negative, right? So I know that M has to be 3. So I start with y equals 3x plus b because we don't use this 1, right? We cross it out. We don't use that 1 again, okay? And then I plug in 5, -2, right? -2 equals 3 times 5 plus b. What's 3 times 5? 15. And then what?
17.
Minus 15 minus 15. So -17 is b. And what's the equation look like? Y equals 3x minus 17. Beautiful. Is this like really easy review? Like let's do a lot of this, right? For the end of the year?
Not really.
Make this nice and easy, okay? I want you to think about number 18. So try and do that on your own. But you should just have time to work. How about that? Good? Use your time. You have like a half an hour. Use your time to work, okay? Yes, you will. Okay, I'm going to stop the video. Goodbye, people in the video.